Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, I've been noticing this really weird trend online coming out of Harvard for now. I believe it's going to expand further out from there. It's doxing trucks, which I know that sounds like a really weird thing. If you've never heard of this before, basically what's going on up there is you've got some college students who they voice their concerns about the ongoing conflict in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas. And their perspective is a peacekeeping one. They want a ceasefire. They want an end to the two-tiered citizenry structure that is going on in Israel. Well, it has been going on for probably 70 years now. Basically, just a more humane living conditions for Palestinians. They're very pro-humanitarian aid. All things I think we should all agree with. Helping people is good, right? So that's all they want is to help folks. And these trucks have been showing up, very bright, backlit billboards with the contact information, names, and faces of these students. And they're just driven around. Sometimes they're parked in front of the students' houses and they just sit there. And the thing about it is, because it's on the street, you can park on the street. Well, depending on your area, you can park on the street. It's not illegal what's going on. Now, should it be? I think, even with the laws we have now, I think that counts as like menacing, where, you're basically threatening somebody to, change their mind or something like that. And this is, I would say that certainly falls into that boat. You're putting these in front of people's houses and all that. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's the people who are around that are really the problem, but it's when these pictures get put on the internet that it just explodes. Because now you have, the real crazies of the world out there who see these pictures of these people and frankly, with the way that this has been portrayed in the news and by certain media outlets, they're going to call these kids terrorist sympathizers because they're going to say they support Hamas. And that's not the case. I haven't seen any of them voice any direct support for, massacring people and, a theocratic, fascistic sort of rule. It's just for humanitarian aid to the people of Palestine, to make sure that the country who is providing that aid and forcing them to need humanitarian aid isn't harming them further than they are right now. Again, I don't know why this is such a big problem for people to fight about. I would have assumed at this point in time, we would have liked us to stop spending all of our money on weapons and bombs and stuff like that, and would have preferred to just start, feeding people and healing people and treating the sick. But, this is still a big problem that people have right now. This is still something people are grappling with, apparently. And these doxing trucks are absolutely a threat. There's no other way to look at it. You said something I don't like, so I'm going to plaster your name and face all over the internet. And there are going to be some people who say, oh, well, this is just the direct, continuation of, freedom of speech doesn't mean you don't have freedom of consequences. And I would disagree about that. Namely because whenever you've heard that before, it's about a person on the internet who's saying, bigoted, sort of hate speech, and it's normally directed at one person. They started saying slurs at someone or something like that. I think those people, yeah, probably their employer should know who they've hired, who they're paying. Now, for you to say that, oh, well, you should have consequences for suggesting that these people are humans and that we should feed them and give them medicine, you should really look in the mirror about that. Because, I don't know, maybe say that back to yourself and really grasp what you're saying about who you stand behind and what you believe. As far as these trucks go, though, I hope this stops. if it's not illegal to do this stuff, we need to make a law about it because this is going to get people hurt. And again, I don't think it's going to be people from that town, but I do think it's going to be people who are unfortunately very poisoned by the stuff they've seen on TV. But, I guess until we see more stuff in the news about these trucks or until something really bad happens because of it, y'all try to have a good day.